Hey everybody, the ice has melted and it's garden time. I'm in Wisconsin. This is the weekend of April 21st and 22nd, and it's time to rototill the garden. And I've been working out all winter so the rototiller wouldn't kick my butt this spring. So off we go to the garden. See, I am stronger. Well, here's my garden. It overwintered pretty good, has new grass on top, but that's really easy to till up, which I'm going to do in a few minutes here. I'm probably going to make it a little bit bigger this year. And there you can see garden henge. I'll probably hit some more new rocks and add to that. And last year we started on April 1st, rototilled it, put our potatoes and onions in. And today is April 21st, so we're a little bit later this year, but that shouldn't matter because it's still cold outside. Well, one of the first things to come up is the wild asparagus that grows around here. You can see it right there, poking out. And I'll probably pick that one right there. Right here. There's another one coming up here and a few others around here. Well, my strawberry patch is already popping up this year. There's some nice green strawberry leaves. Last year I put 10 plants in a circle of rocks here, which is kind of covered with grass, and I need to clean it up, but I see more plants coming out in different spots in the circle. Well, that wasn't so bad. I got it done in about 2 hours. Hit a couple rocks, but that's because I expanded the garden a little bit to areas that weren't tilled the previous year. And where the tiller is there now, tomorrow I'm going to add another 4 feet to that section. So that's what's going on. This is my lakeweed compost pile. This one's over a year old and it breaks down totally. This is a pile that was over a foot high. Now it's gone down to nothing. Let me give you a closer look at what it breaks down into. Alright, the seaweed breaks down really fast and turns into this darker compost, and it's really fluffy, and I'm going to add it to the garden. Here's a snail shell. But it's loaded with nitrogen, and there you can see it. So I'm going to mix that in today. Well, I decided to use some lakeweed for mulch around my strawberry plants. Since I weeded them out, I don't want the weeds to grow back. And I have lots of lakeweed here, and all I do is take my rake and you can see how thick this stuff is. It's been sitting all winter in the water and it's already decomposing. And I just get a nice big pile of it, put it in a bucket, and bring it up to the garden. Look how good that is. A lot of nitrogen in there. Okay, once you get a nice big pile, let it sit a half hour to let the water strain out and drain out, because you don't want to be carrying a bucket of water and weeds. You want mostly weeds. So off to the garden with this after I fill the bucket. One thing about lake weeds is that you'll have lots of creepy crawlers. Let me get this one a little scoot. Come on, dude. Move it. Alright, here's my before picture for my strawberry patch. I weeded out most of the grass, and I got a 5-gallon bucket, and I'll put another 5-gallon bucket and completely cover the surrounding area around the strawberry plants. Alright, and here we are after. I put the seaweed in. I put 2 5-gallon buckets worth, and it's pretty thick. You can see I put it all around the strawberry plants, and this stuff is pretty goofy. Like playing with wet dog poo. Not that I do that anymore, but you can see how goofy it is. Well, I just started to add the new section to the garden, another 4 feet to this end, and started hitting rocks. They're all about this size or bigger, and what they're from is a foundation that used to be here from a barn, and there was a farm here 100 years ago, and they just plowed everything over and left the rocks from the foundation. And you know when you hit one of these because the rototiller starts jumping like a bucking bronco, and it takes the wind out of you. So on I go. Well, some are just too big to pull out by hand, and I think I hit a big mama here. This one's a big one. Oh my gosh. Look at that sucker. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I just added 3 feet to this end of the garden. I was hitting rocks, so I stopped at 3 feet. I hit a lot of rocks. I probably pulled out about 15, and I'm tired of hitting them, so that's as far as I go. And over in this grassy section where it's kind of sunny, I'm going to add a separate garden of tobacco. Tobacco grows a little bit different, so I'm going to keep it away from the rest of the garden. And I don't smoke, but it's just for barter for the future. And no better time to learn how to grow it than right now. Alright, I just gave it the once over. We have an extra foot on each side now, and an extra 3 feet down there on the north end. And now I'm going to plant some onions and some potatoes. And that'll be it for this weekend. Huh?
It's over there.
Oh, don't go by that. Just ignore it, it'll go away.
I'm gonna throw a rock at it.
No! You'll make it angry. There it goes. It's okay. Okay, what you're looking at are the potatoes we're going to plant this weekend. You can see they're sprouting, and these are the ones that we saved from last year that we planted here. These are the smaller ones. We just threw them in a box, and we're going to use them as seed potatoes. And a couple onions in here. Another bag of onions we'll plant, and I picked this bag of onions up for 99 cents, so I figured we'll throw those in there. And we bought a 5-pound bag of seed potatoes. We cut them in half and let them get the scab across. And we let them sit for 2 days like that to get that scab. And then when we plant them, we're going to plant them eyes facing up and put about 3 inches of soil on top. And that's it. So let's get planting. Okay, I just put my red potatoes in. And I have 1 row of those. And 2 rows of the yellow Yukons. And each row is 2.5 feet apart. Each potato is 18 inches apart. And they're going to be buried 3 inches deep. And next to that, I have my onions. And what I do here, I go around and make these divots 3 inches apart. And then I take the onion and drop it in with the big part down. It's the root part and the leaf part up. And then you just cover it up slightly like that till you can't see it. And that's it for this weekend. So till next time, take care everybody.